Hey everybody, what's up? This your boy Mike Jones of uGospel.com, and on the phone for an interview for you guys, I have the one and only Miss Michelle Williams. Michelle, how have you been?
I've been very well. How are you?
I'm doing well too. Now I'm ready to dive into this conversation.
Me too. Let's go.
Okay, so the last time we spoke, I believe it was last year when you had first signed to Light Records. So are you still on that label?
I am, but I think now it's just called E1.
Okay, that's cool. And I know that you also said in an interview that you're going to be releasing new music. I found out that the album is going to be called Journey to Freedom.
Journey to Freedom is basically, freedom from whatever keeps us from being God's very best, whether it's us worrying about what people say or think of us or fear of just moving out and stepping forward.
Mm-hmm. And do you feel like that's something that you had to do in your own personal life?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, of course you want to be accepted. You want people to like you, but you can't please everybody. You cannot. And just as long as I believe in my heart and my relationship with God, as long as He's pleased and He tells me He's pleased and shows me that He's pleased, then that's really the only thing I need to worry about.
All of your fans know that this isn't your first time doing gospel music. For those who didn't know, what that made you decide to come back into doing gospel music?
Oh, child, I love gospel music. I love it, and this is my first gospel project. So I hope that shows the doubters or people that may have a concern, like, wow, she really is committed to this. I mean, I wouldn't continue to do this genre of music because it's not easy. So you got to have a love for it.
And you also, you have to live it. And, of course, anybody who's a fan of you, they can see that you are gospel, through even your social handles like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, things like that. It should be something that's easy and natural for you, and we can all see that, definitely.
Oh, thank you. You know what? And I just try to even, have a balanced life. You know what I mean?
Right.
Still have fun and hang out with my girls and, but then at the end of the day, if I have a worldwide platform to encourage somebody and let them know that everything's going to be all right, then I'll do that as well.
Amen. And I believe that's what it's all there for.
Yeah.
What would you say that the sound of Journey to Freedom is? Because I've heard 2 tracks off the album, and they're both definitely hot. So what would you describe the sound of Journey to Freedom as?
Oh, the sound? Oh, my God. Very progressive, very forward, relevant to what everybody's into today. Like I said, the producer that I worked with, Harmony Samuels, he did half of Ariana Grande's first album, Fantasia. You got Kelly Rowland. He did some music for the Best Man holiday soundtrack. So he's in that R&B pop world. And that's where I come from originally, professionally. You know what I mean? I want my music to reflect where I come from, but my message is just a little different.
Did you collaborate with any other artists on the project?
I did. I just got great news. I've got my remix of We Had Your Eyes featuring Fantasia, and that's coming out any day. I'm very excited about that. So that's the first clearance that I have, and I did record with some other people. Hopefully those clearances take place. Sean Paul, Lecrae. So we'll see. We'll see. So I'm excited about those collaborations.
Me too, especially the one with Fantasia. I can't wait to hear that. When it does come out, hopefully you give uGospel a first listen.
Yes, when I was recording If We Had Your Eyes, Fantasia was someone I was thinking of while recording it. But she's so gifted. She's so talented, and she's been through a lot. And people have said all the things that they wanted to say about her, but I'm like, y'all got to know this girl got some oil on her, and I love her to pieces. And that was just, it was like my way of letting her know I see her the way God sees her. I see her, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
So I was like, oh, my God, and if she can get on this song, you know, and support this affirmation, that would be amazing.
And through the grace of God, she's on it.
Yeah, and also just two other women. I have to see myself the way God sees me as well. You know, we all want to try to, you know, make sure that other person's cool, like I said, with Fantasia, but it was also a message for me to make sure that I'm living what I talk about. You know, am I loving? Am I more compassionate? Am I judgmental? Do I have patience? All those things that I named in the song, those are things that I work on a daily basis. And a song like If We Had Your Eyes, I got to sing the song. So I always love it because I'm like, I'm making sure that I do those things that the song talks about. It ain't easy because, you know, we all got that one or two family members that get on our nerves.
Right.
I've got family members who are drug addicts. But when I see them, I can't let them know that I'm like, now, you know you don't need to be on the drugs. No, you got to love them.
Yeah.
Love them to life. You know? So it's hard because you want to say, we had the same upbringing. How did you go down that path? And it's like, you know what?
Right.
You know, that's why a person makes the decisions that they make. You didn't see everything that they've gone through growing up, so you don't know why a person does what they do. You know?
You cannot be judgmental. Even people you went to high school with and you see now, it's kind of, you feel the same way, but you can't judge anyone because
you never know.
Have we set a date yet for the release of the album?
They're saying February 11th.
Do you think that you will be hitting the road or doing it? Actually, before I even say that, I've been seeing you everywhere. How do you find time to record the project?
I know, right? Well, a lot of the recording, some of it took place in 2012, and the only reason why the album kind of isn't out now is because I took half of this year because I was touring with the show Fela from January to June of this year. So that kind of came in the middle of my recording, like, oh, my goodness, but Fela was an opportunity that I didn't want to not take either, you know?
Also, next week in L.A., you were doing the Michelle Williams Experience. So could you kind of tell us what that would be like?
Very excited.
Will you be performing music off of Journey to Freedom?
I will. We're working that out.
Okay.
I'm so excited about that experience because L.A. is where I recorded the portion of my album. It's where my journey to freedom began. And especially with one church, they just welcomed me with open arms out there. And so I'm excited to start my promotional tour there.
Black Girls Rock, what did it feel a part of that and contribute to their message?
Oh, I was so excited to be at Black Girls Rock. I said, man, this is just an extension of what we're supposed to be doing on a daily basis, which is to celebrate ourselves and each other. And I was so inspired by the honorees, Mara Bakakil, you know, Amina Matthews, right up the street from me in Chicago, with what she's doing with the inner city youth. Patti LaBelle, you know what I mean? And Madam Edelman,
legends.
who, you know, is the reason why we have Head Start, you know, and she's an advocate for education. And so I was so inspired, like, man, I've got so much work to do. Just more to do. It's more than about singing. It's, you know, which can be used as a platform to touch lives, but are we really getting our hands dirty, getting out in these streets, you know? So I was very inspired, very touched.
Amen. Our jobs are never done. Well, Michelle, I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to do this interview today.
I always love talking to you, so and I just thank you so much for your love.
It was my pleasure.
Being one of the first that I've talked to on this process. Since 2012, it's almost 2 years. 2014, the album comes out, so I know I'll speak to you then when we...
sure will.
So thanks again.